So guys, we're going to need 300 grams of digestives or 1 packet, 240 grams of butter or 1 cup, 500 grams of cream cheese or 2 blocks, 480 grams of icing sugar, 568 milliliters of double cream, 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavouring, a box of strawberries, 100 grams of white chocolate and 100 grams of milk chocolate, and 3 sandwich bags, and you'll see why later. I'm taking my first sandwich bag and filling it in with the digestive biscuits. Seal the top properly. Then grabbing my rolling pin, I'm just going to beat the crap out of the biscuits till they look like crumbs. I obviously wasn't doing it right, so my sister Farhana stepped in and was beating it like a pro. As you all know, she is the baking expert. Lol. But then my older sister Rahana stepped in too, and she makes me laugh because she also thinks she's an expert, but she does really cook nice food. And here I am just beating it so much, and it should look like that, sort of. Here I was just making sure I had no big biscuit crumbs, and I don't know what that wooden thing is called, but I absolutely love it for stuff like this. Then I melted my butter in the microwave for about a minute and just poured it into my beaten digestives. It looks really yellow, I know, but it's just really nice and melted. And the butter I used was Anchor butter because I absolutely love Anchor butter. It's just delicious. I love it on toast. Then just grabbing my tablespoon, I mix the whole thing together till it gives it this sand-like texture. It shouldn't be too liquidy or it will get really hard to eat. Then grab your cake tin and throw in the digestives. Yeah, these are McVities digestives, obviously. And when I mean throw, I don't mean literally throw it in. Just, you know what I mean, nice and neat, like this. Then shake the tin to evenly distribute the crumbs so you get a nice flat layer. Then grabbing my wooden beating thing again, I'm flattening the crumbs to create a nice even layer. And just making sure that it all sticks together. Then taking my trusty tablespoon, I'm flattening the edges down too so it looks all nice and neat. I'm so sorry about my voice. I've had this cold for a couple of days now. It doesn't seem to go away. Once that's done, pop the tin into the fridge for about 30 minutes. Next, I'm chucking in my cream cheese into the mixer. And before you do that, make sure you leave your cream cheese out in room temperature for about 2 hours till it's nice and soft. Just mix that for a couple of seconds just to break it down. Next, I'm adding my icing sugar and mixing that well till the icing sugar is nicely incorporated into the cream cheese. Make sure you're always tasting this as well, so it's to your preference. Then I'm just adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavouring, but you can add as many spoonfuls as you want, but 1 for me is just enough. So I'm just whisking that all quite fast. Mixing that. Oh god. Then pour your 2 double creams into the mixer. Remember guys, if you don't have a mixer, no worries at all. Just use a bowl and a normal hand whisk or even a fork to whisk the cream. That will work as well. I have no idea why my sister bought a hot pink mixer, but do you know what? It's quite nice. So whisk the cream till it's nice and fluffy and stiff, like this. Next, I'm just adding the whipped cream into my cream cheese mixture. And with the same spatula, I'm folding the cream into the cream cheese. It's better to do it this way because you don't want the cream cheese getting too soft and runny. You want it to have this thick texture. Then taking my spatula again, I'm just going to smoothen out the cream cheese onto the digestive crumbs. Make sure you press this down quite hard because you want it to look quite nice and neat when you take it out of the tin. And try and get it as even as possible. So take your time doing this, there's no rush. Oh god, I'm so sorry. This was my favourite part because I just love smoothing it out. It just looked, I don't know, it just felt so nice. Then that's ready to go into the fridge for at least 6 hours or overnight. Now to decorate the strawberries, I'm melting the milk chocolate on a pan filled with boiling hot water and just popped a bowl on top so the chocolate melts nicely, like so. I like doing it this way because chocolate melts smoothly with no bubbles. You want the chocolate to look smooth and runny. Like this. Then I'm just doing the exact same thing with the white chocolate. So I'm done with the melting now. I'm just dipping each strawberry into my milk chocolate and placing them on a tray lined with grease paper, and this will allow the strawberries to kind of lift off quite nicely without sticking. And while I was doing this, I probably ate half of the strawberries from the box. Now grab a mug and your second sandwich bag and place the tip of the sandwich bag into the mug and fold the rest of the bag over the mug, if that makes sense. Now pour your melted chocolate into the sandwich bag. Then I'm just doing the exact same thing with the milk chocolate and using the third sandwich bag, which is why we needed 3 sandwich bags for this. Once that's done, tie a single knot and push down the chocolate so you get this nice chocolate piping bag. Like that. So now you have 2 chocolate piping bags. Make sure to cut the tip off. Now I'm just going to draw diagonal lines across my strawberries to give them a nice decorative look. Now don't worry if you get this wrong the first time, just practice with the piping bag, then you will get the hang of it later on. I love doing it this way rather than using an actual piping bag because it's just so much more easier and it looks nicer as well. And here I am just going the opposite way and just kind of, yeah, decorating them. Then I just got my milk chocolate and I did the same on the white chocolate. And with the rest of the strawberries, I just kind of decorated them with the rest of the chocolate that I had left. I put the strawberries into the fridge for a bit, and then when the cheesecake was done, I just placed the strawberries in the center of the cheesecake like a cluster, and it doesn't matter if they overlap, but yeah. And I'm so sorry about my camera stopped while I was doing this and the battery died, but yeah, all I did next was just grab my chocolate piping bag and just did random swirls around the whole cheesecake, and then that was the finished look, and this is how it ended up. But make sure you definitely keep your cheesecake in the fridge for at least 6 hours or overnight, because you don't want the cheesecake to be too soft that you won't be able to cut it. So definitely do that. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you want more of these videos, then make sure you comment below and give me a thumbs up on this video. Love you guys. Bye.